Yo, yo. Yo, yo, I'm gonna start in a second. I'm just kind of getting some stuff ready. Yo, yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? I see the whole crew's here. Once again, I appreciate it. Cool, so I've changed up my setup quite a bit. Well, it's kind of the same setup, but I'm changing up the the mic and what I'm doing today, so I'm doing things a little bit differently. I'll get into that in a second, but I see. Yeah, the whole crew's here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Caleb, yeah, so hello from Connecticut. Nice. Wait, there was one question here that I missed before. Oh, I'm new to the streams. What do these normally entail? Usually it's just me kind of like improvising and yeah, like talking and like taking questions and like things like that. It's a lot more like kind of hanging out, if that makes sense. So this setup is a little weird because it's like I have like a mic down here. You can probably see it in that further away camera. But the whole idea is that I still have like my current setup, the thing that I've been using for the past a couple weeks maybe. That's still running, so I can still like throw in some synths. but for the most part, I'm focusing on like guitar looping today. So I might just like kind of improvise for a little bit while as people like come in, and then I'll get into like more questions and all that fun stuff. By the way, I mean, it sounds alright in my camera, in my like headphones, but I'm always curious like what the stream actually sounds like. And I might get into like some synth stuff later too, but for now I just wanted to have a couple guitar things, you know, change it up a little bit. Cool. Brenton, I hope we get to hear Next to You again tonight. Yeah, maybe I'll play a version of it. I don't know. Hello from Atlanta. Yeah, we had a bunch of people. Connecticut. Where else do we get? Norway, Brazil. Yeah, Australia. That's awesome. U-Haul and Steve. Always here. Here, let me actually turn this off. Honduras, nice. Evelyn, I'm doing good. Yeah, I mean, just kind of another day. It's been kind of a busy one, actually. A lot of, you know, as I guess like, I'll plug it, but like, yeah, with the album coming out, like I've been kind of busy, like just like kind of getting everything ready. There's a new single tomorrow. Zane Lowe is gonna play it on Radio 1, or no, not Radio 1, Beats 1, sorry. He used to be on Radio 1. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this jam is very nice, early morning, late night beach vibes, not gonna lie, yeah. The guitar, this is actually my childhood guitar, so this is something I gotta get used to, like that there's a camera over there, but yeah, I've had this since I was like 12 or 13 years old, so it's a little bit beat up, but I sanded it at one point too, so it used to be kind of a different color, but anyway, it's just like, it's kind of janky, you can kind of hear it, you know, like it's just kind of not very good, I guess, but like I kind of love it. I don't know, it has a nice feel to it. It's just very familiar, if that makes sense. Cool. So yeah, St. Louis, nice. Yeah, Austin, Texas, also great town. Long Beach, California, nice. Played a crazy festival there like a year or two ago. I think it's time for this. It's kind of risky business trying to pour this and play music at the same time. Cool. New York. All right, cool. I'm gonna like kind of just improvise something here and see if I can get something going. Cool, I'm just gonna loop that. See how that sounds. I just like to get kind of like a stereo bass line so that I can, not bass line, but you know, sort of like a basic layer so I can. It's kind of boomy. My cat is gonna knock over the camera. Cool, let me jump into some questions here. Nice, New York City, Mesa, Arizona. Nice. I'm gonna mute the guitar mic for a second. Guadalajara, that's cool. I haven't been there in a while. I used to play there quite a bit. Yeah, so exactly, like Just Like Heaven Festival was what, yeah, that was the one that was in Long Beach. It was great, it was so much fun. The lineup was like insane. It was like all my favorite bands. What's up, Fort Hill? How's it going? Okay, Benjamin, have you heard anything from Stephen Jenkins of Third Eye Blind about the remake? No, not directly. Although, around the time that we launched it, Third Eye Blind left like a comment on the Hillary Duff account, and it was just like 3 black hearts. But that's literally it. So we have no idea. But I did get a very nice message from Ariane, I think is how you say his name. I actually don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but Ariane Salazar, which he was one of the original members, and he did a lot of work on that song, and he hit me up and had some really nice things to say. So that to me was a win. You know, I mean, I was definitely trying to like, you know, do it justice. I wasn't like, you know, trying to, you know, change it a whole bunch, you know, like drastically. Like it was pretty low key. Okay. What's up, Sam? How's it going? What's up, Steven? I'm happy to get here. Get to be here for creation of some OG vibe jams. Nice. Yeah, I'm just kind of like hanging out, just kind of messing around. I'm not really like, you know, I'm obviously just like improvising. This isn't really like a song or anything like that. Okay, Steven, do acoustic guitar and electric guitar serve different roles / meaning to you when you write, or is it more simply that there are different sounds? I kind of think of like instruments all on the same level. It's more just about like whatever you feel comfortable with. So like I personally feel a lot more comfortable with guitar. Like I'm not like a shredder or guitar player or anything like that. I can't like do like crazy solos or whatever. That was never the intention. But you know, I can sort of, I know my way around some chords and things like that. But so my point is that like whether it's a synthesizer, whether it's a guitar or an electric guitar, I kind of think of it the same way, as where I'm trying to come up with a melody like in my head, and from there I'm trying to basically like you know, transfer that melody into like the real world. So like I can do that through a computer, like through programming notes, or I can do it through a guitar and just like play. And there's like certain tricks with guitar that you learn that sort of create new effects and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's true for kind of any instruments. Like I have this melody that I need to get into the world or whatever, and whatever tool that helps me get that into the real world, that's what I'll go for. So like electric guitar is definitely like my most comfortable kind of instrument. I mean, this is fine, but like it's kind of a weird fretboard, and I'm not like, I mean, I do use this in recordings from time to time. There's actually a lot of it on the new record, but just realized that you can probably still hear that through this mic, but I just have like a special guitar mic here. But yeah, obviously the sounds are different, and but they're like, you know, it kind of has the same effect. Like I do this thing a lot, whereas like I'll like come up with this melody or this like this sort of like main melody for a song or something like that, and then I'll do it in like, I don't know, 5 or 6 different instruments, and then I'll either start to layer them and like create like patterns and like things like that. Steve, always. I got to give Steve a shout out because he is he tips every single stream. You know, for those of you that come here from like the Discord, yeah, you know this already, but Steve's always there. Appreciate you, man. Okay, let me go back to where I was. Okay, Sam, Trey, besides limiting the gear you use, do you have any favorite creative constraints? I mean, the sort of limiting your gear can be a good one. Although there's sort of a downside to that, because like, for example, like I've tried sitting down with just like a drum machine and like a sequencer, and nothing that great comes out. So like there's a middle ground in there somewhere. I'm trying to think of like anything else. Like I for example, like it depends on the project. So like I worked in this movie a couple years ago, and like the whole approach with that was like to sort of create like a language, if you will. Like basically like I'm only going to use guitars, like delay pedals, and like maybe a little bit of synth, whatever, but it's all gonna have like this kind of earthy feel to it, and that was intentional. So like that can be a sort of creative limitation, sort of like a limited palette, if you will. So I guess it's sort of like the same thing, that it is a creative constraint, I guess, but it doesn't have to be just gear. It could be sort of like a style or something. Cool, hope that answered. Hit us with the new year. Really excited for boy. Please come to Brazil if you tour. Yeah. I mean, actually, Brazil was one of the first places I played when I started touring, but I haven't really been back in a very long time. I love Brazil though, and obviously because of the Portuguese, like that's sort of a connection there. But yeah, no, as soon as all this COVID stuff is sort of wrapped up, I think hopefully we'll start touring again. Maybe a while though, I don't know. Ross, hey from the UK, that's pretty late for you, but thank you for being here. Okay, Evelyn, very first song or tune you learned on guitar. That's probably it, or maybe that, maybe? I'm trying to think of like what else I learned from that time. It's honestly been a second now. I think it was mostly Nirvana. Cool. Yeah, Evelyn, if I think of anything else, I'll try to play it, but honestly, it's been a second since I've like... Well, okay, so maybe this is kind of relevant. One of very, very early chord progressions that I wrote, I mean, like I was just a kid, but like that I remember coming up with on my own. I mean, it's a lot of people have done this, so it's not like new or anything like that, but I actually ended up incorporating it on the new album. So even though it was something that I wrote when I was like 12 or 13, it was like... Actually, I played this on one of the streams recently. Like, I think last Friday, I think I played the original, or the, you know, the album version of it. Okay, wait, where was I? Ross, are the songs you create on streams available to listen to offline after the stream is finished? Yes. So like the stream is available. None of the stuff I'm really making is like really meant to be a song, or it's sort of just like part of the stream. You know, it's part of the experience basically. So you can go back and listen to it if you want, but you know, it's not going to be like separated from me talking or anything. Steve just left work. I'll be listening to this on the drive home. Thanks, Andre. Can't wait to hear what's in store for tonight. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Can you play Twilight? I don't think so, no. Looking forward to work with Kelly again. So, I mean, nothing planned. So, I can't say I mean, I would like to, I guess, at some point. But there's not, like... Yeah, I'm not, like... You know, I'm not working with them currently. But also, like, just kind of in general, I really like working with a variety of different people every time. So there's, you know, I'm not immediately trying to go for people that I already worked with, even though sometimes it works well. Like, there's always exceptions because I worked with like St. Lucia and MNDR a couple times now. And there's a couple other people that I've worked with a lot, but for the most part, I like to switch it up. Keeps it interesting. Okay. Ralph, really digging the silhouette cam. It looks like an album cover art for some reason. Thank you. It's literally an iPhone sending a signal through the network, and it's kind of choppy, so it's like a little bit delayed. I don't know if you can like see when I wave my hand, like it's a little bit off, but whatever, it's all good. But glad you like the angle. Okay, Stanley, what would be your advice for someone who wants to play an instrument but who's terrified of messing it up? I mean, I don't know if you just heard me, but I just messed up like a whole bunch. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it does not matter. It's just call it jazz, you know? Like, it's nothing. See, nothing happens. Like, if you mess it up, then like, you can even kind of play like a wrong note and just kind of bend it into place. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just like, it's just music. Like, I'm just like constantly messing up the whole time, but whatever, it doesn't matter, you know. But I would say, like, just in general, like, yeah, I think learning an instrument is a great thing to do. I feel very fortunate that I learned guitar early on. I did start with piano, but guitar was really like where I like really got into it. Yeah, I guess Stephen kind of like responded to you as well, but I'll read it out. It's like, I'm not RAC, but I'd say to start with a favorite song that is relatively simple. A joy of being able to play my favorite 3-chord songs and sing them was a great motivator for me. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I kind of threw out like Nirvana early on, but like Wonderwall, or how to replay it, I don't know. Oh, Stanley, okay, I've always been scared of picking up an instrument because my entire family are guitarists. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, actually, you know, I mean, I feel like they would be sort of welcoming you to, like, you know, learn the instrument since everybody else does it. Okay. Ralph, is this a guitar playing and singing stream? No. Yeah, it's kind of whatever we want it to be. I mostly just like hang out and talk to the chat basically, and then like play some music from time to time. Speaking of which, welcome to the Tuesday stream on YouTube. Tuesdays and Fridays. The schedule's up in the... Wait, is this right? Yes, I think so. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, I'll be streaming on a couple different platforms. So, you know, I'm trying to change it up like every stream and have like do different things. I think it's like more fun that way. Ladies and gentlemen, Wonderwall. Yes, pretty much. Have you ever thought of working on a song with Jack Tatum? Well, nothing. If it's who I'm thinking of, I could be mistaking the name, but like I think it's great. I would love to, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the artist I'm thinking of. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, for sure. In general, I'm like always down to collab. Like I think it's fun. Okay, Sam. I often find that constraints lead to creative solutions and unexpected opportunities. Yeah, Oh, thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. I get like a notification in my ear, like it's super loud when there's like a tip, so I appreciate that. Let me get to it. Steven, okay, joining my fellow Steve, thank you. These are super inspiring for me. Been stuck in the creative rut with this quarantine, and this is giving me fresh ideas to hit the DAW. Much love. Thank you, Steven. Yeah, I mean, there's kind of like no wrong way of doing music, and like, I don't know, like use your own best judgment and like figure out your own thing. Don't worry about what other people think. It doesn't matter. Like it does not matter. Okay, Roger, play the I should have guessed intro. I think that's it. Yeah. Honestly, like the truth about like those, especially that song, because it's like pretty old. Like unless I'm performing it live, like I don't know how to play it, because I record these, like all of these things, like you know, when I'm recording them, and in that case I must have recorded that in like 2012 or something like that, so like I mean aside from that little part, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't really remember much else. Yeah, Steven. Yeah, it's true that like when you start an instrument, like everybody, you're just always bad at it, and I think it's true kind of for anything in music. Like I remember even now. I mean, like it's still not like a perfect track record or whatever. It's not like every song I write is, you know, whatever. Like there's so much bad stuff that has to come out, or like bad ideas that you have to kind of work through to get to the good stuff. And yeah, I don't know. So like that's always a struggle. It's just part of music making, is like not every idea you're gonna have is great, but also when you're just starting, you're especially bad. Like it's just part of it. So you're gonna kind of have to struggle through that for a while. And like it's especially annoying when you have good taste and you can tell that it's not good, but you still you're not capable of creating it. So that's a process. It just takes years. It just takes years, unfortunately. But that's, you know, that's what you got to do. Yeah. No worries, Evelyn. Okay. How do you choose your collaborators? It's kind of like everything. It's, yeah, a mix of like people I know, people I've remixed, people my managers know. Like it was, yeah. Like yeah, I don't know. I kind of like work with like people that have reached out to me. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like who's available. I try to keep the pool pretty big, so then after I get all the material, then I can like really hone it in and dwindle it down to the good stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of sort of, it's pretty wide, I guess. First track you kept listening to on repeat. Yeah, no, it's true. I did grow up with that in that world, but no, I was pretty into like. I had this sort of vivid memory of listening to. Well, I mean, like when I was a kid, like I had cassettes, and I would like, it was like Savage Garden and like Spice Girls and like stuff like that. Like when I was in like middle school, but like, I mean, maybe when I was like actually more into music, really, it was probably more stuff like Smashing Pumpkins and I mean even Third Eye Blind, which we kind of already brought up. The loops are great. Thank you, Kaylee. Okay, Grace, with the increase in streaming sets and performances currently, how do you think this will affect artists and musicians going forward? Good question. I mean, you know, I can make predictions all day. I could be completely wrong, but yeah, I think we're actually going to kind of be in this quarantine thing for a while, unfortunately. So, and I'm not saying that the economy won't like kind of open up again before that, but I think gatherings of large groups of people in confined spaces to listen to music are probably like one of the last things coming back, you know, realistically. So I think this is sort of the new reality for a while, and I think it'll sort of change everything. But how it will affect artists, I am a little concerned that everybody's jumping into it and doing like their performances, you know, basically for free. So they charge and make 80% of their income, you know, by doing live shows, and now they're doing it for free online for everybody. So it's like, I know it's not the same thing, but like that's not sustainable. So I don't know. We'll see kind of like where this goes. Like I'm not really pessimistic about it. I think we'll figure it out. I don't really want to live in a world where I have to pay for live streams, but like I don't know. Maybe there's another model. I mean, you know, for what it's worth, like, you know, you guys have been actually like super supportive and like tipping like quite a bit, and you know, that between the Patreon, I'm starting to see a future where I'm not reliant on touring at all. So it's yeah, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. This is all like, the music industry is in shambles currently. Like it's like, yeah, I mean a lot of industries are, but like the music industry is especially hit hard. So it's like, I mean, I think I'm doing all right, but like, you know, for the most part, like a lot of bands and a lot of people that just work with bands or work in the touring industry just can't do anything. So it's like, it's a little sketchy. Let me change the chords up a little bit. Okay. So Grace, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's like, it's a good question. I'm not really sure like where things are headed, but I'm personally just trying to be prepared, and like, you know, I'm sort of just, I guess my whole approach with this is like, let me focus on what I can actually control. And in this case, I can't perform live currently, even though we have a tour on the books and like all this stuff, but I can show up here, I can talk to you guys, I can like play some music, talk about the record and promote the album in my own way, you know. Not that that's the only reason I'm doing this, but like, it's, yeah. So it's like, I'm kind of doing what I can, and yeah. Anyway, it's a good question. It's like sort of on everybody's mind, so that's why I'm dwelling on it. Okay, the shuffle playlist has been a treat to navigate through, much appreciated. In a different live stream, you mentioned one of your favorite venues. For you, what makes a venue special or memorable? It's multifaceted. So I would say, like, how should I put this? Like when I think about like the really good venues, there's sort of the staff side of it, which is the side that I interact with the most. That really, I mean, maybe it permeates into the public, but you know, it kind of changes things when you're treated really well at a venue. It's like you're maybe willing to take a lower fee, or like you're just stoked to be there, and everybody is like happy and having a good time. Like, I mean, I often talk about like 930 Club as a good example, and there's other examples like the Independent in San Francisco, a bunch of venues in San Francisco, to be honest, like the Fillmore, things like that. And yeah, I don't know. So it's like obviously the public as well also kind of makes a venue memorable, the sound. But I think most of where I gauge that is like has more to do with like how, like dealing with staff and like dealing with the, like, do they have showers? Do they have enough bathrooms? Are the green rooms nice? You know, little things like that. It's you know, it's little quality of life things, you know, because when you're on tour, it's kind of brutal. Okay, what is the tuning for Cheap Sunglasses, the acoustic version? I haven't played this in like forever, so I actually... Wait. How do I play this? I don't even remember how to play Cheap Sunglasses. That's so funny. But wait, I do have the... I know the original's in D. So maybe I played it in drop D. I don't remember. I'd have to like look it up, but that's actually really funny. Because I you know, I haven't actually played that song like live with guitar in probably like 3 years. And we would always change the key for the singers so it would like adapt to them. But yeah. Okay, favorite non-music related quarantine activity. Non-music? Probably. What have I been doing? I don't know. Kind of like I've mostly been working, to be honest, but I don't know, just kind of mindlessly watching TV. Like I don't really have anything too exciting. There hasn't been like any kind of like real deep dive. I mean, I will say like I've been cleaning a lot more, so maybe that's something. But that's not a great hobby. I've honestly just been so busy with the album. Like maybe like after the album is done, like, or like it's out and promoted and like all that stuff, I can kind of like relax for a bit. Timothy, love the new camera angle. Thank you. Yeah, no, I was like trying to like, since I'm doing more guitar stuff, I wanted to, you know, change it up. Oh, wait, we lost the camera. Let me see if I can get this. 1 second. I may have had that on the wrong screen for like a really long time, but I think we're good though. Tuesday tea, yeah, drinking Dandy Blend again. Okay, Sam, there's a really good Ira Glass clip on the process of having good taste while not having the ability to produce something you think is good yet. Yeah, I mean that, yeah, I would, or drop a link if, yeah, okay, looks like you are going to. That's cool. Okay, hello, is your tour still on? Or did it get canceled because of COVID-19? It's not canceled. I don't think it would ever get canceled. I think the worst case scenario would get postponed. So we have backup dates in August if these aren't possible. You know, if I haven't made like a formal announcement, but I've been pretty open about it, like on these streams and whatever. We're kind of just like waiting. It's like with everybody else. Like we're sort of at the will of, you know, of this whole thing. So we'll see what happens. You know, I obviously can control that, and I definitely don't want to go out and do shows if it's like unsafe. So. So yeah, we're kind of just like waiting basically. At some point in time, I'm gonna have to make like a more formal announcement, but we're kind of waiting till it gets closer to the dates until we actually know for sure. But I will say a lot of the people in the music industry, these aren't like my agents, but a lot of the people in the music industry are sort of giving up on 2020. So that's kind of crazy. You know, we'll see. All right, see you, Stanley. Truly, Madly, Deeply, and Haim's new song sound very similar. I'll have to check that out. That's pretty funny. Jeremy, okay, Addicted to Factorio now, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Because that song, or that game will like suck you in, and you'll be stuck in it for like, yeah, forever. I've put like hundreds of hours into that game. It's like my go-to, like if I ever fly or travel anywhere, it's like I just spend the entire time playing Factorio, because the time just flies by. Okay. Steven, do you have a favorite effect? Reverb, delay, bit crush, extension, favorite guitar pedal? Favorite effect? I definitely go for like spring reverb. Here, let me give you an example. So this is just the dry signal that I recorded earlier, or this is it. So if I throw, like, this is spring reverb on it, which is actually based on the Space Echo, and then like a really big reverb. So yeah, I'd say definitely reverb of some sort. I mean, delays are pretty important to me too, like tape delays. I'm not currently using like an actual tape delay, but like a lot of the plugins, I can get it close enough. You know, by extension, favorite guitar pedal, I'd say the chorus, actually, the CE2, which I use a lot. Sam, okay, by the way, there's some awesome tiers to the RAC Patreon, and Discord community has a ton of great information, pictures of cats. Yeah, okay, I'll plug the Patreon, it's fine. Yeah, so I've been, again, just going back to the whole touring thing, like I've sort of shifted the model a little bit, where I'm like trying to do more of like, you know, kind of like a membership type of thing, like where, you know, you support me every month, but then you get like, you know, B-sides, like vinyl, like cat stuff, and like Discord, like, you know, for example, like for certain tiers I have like feedback from me, like if you want me to like review your song, like things like that. Some people are into that. It's maybe a little bit geared towards like music producers and things like that, but that seems to be a good portion of my audience. So yeah, I don't know, check it out. I'm not going to be too salesy about it. Like I feel like if that's the kind of thing you're into, then check it out. But I don't expect everybody to be into it, you know. Oh, thank you, Grace. Thank you. Appreciate that. Since Hollywood, that's forever ago. Timothy, have you ever been this conscientious, or does music bring out the workaholic in you? I mean, I've always worked hard. Like, I've always had like a pretty kind of intense work ethic with things that I care about. If I don't care about something, I'm just like, I'm gonna procrastinate until like the end of days. I'm really bad at like that kind of stuff. So like I can be very focused at something that I'm like passionate about, but if I don't care about it, I'm just not engaged, I guess. The LED, I keep losing. Okay, the LEDs in that desktop case are pretty nice with this music. Yeah. So I have this is my gaming PC, but it's also basically running the stream right now because I have like some graphics cards in there. But yeah, I have it's the NZXT, I think. They make like a whole LED system. So. That happens to me a lot. I tend to forget how to play my own songs. Yeah, I find it very funny too. What's your favorite riff like? Yeah, no, it's like because of the way that I write these, like I just you know, record them at the time and then forget about them. I literally play them like once or twice in my life, and then suddenly I have to tour and like perform them. So it's a little tricky. Favorite riff or lick? Oh wait, let me see if I can remember this. Extra points if you can guess what this is. kind of hard to play without a pick, but yeah. That hourglass bit about taste is gold. My son printed out and stuck to the wall. That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's true. It's totally true. Because you can know exactly what you want, but not have the skills to do it, and it's just kind of the reality of it. You have to sort of adapt. Sam, okay, yeah, I used to manage a large team of creatives, and imposter syndrome, taste, skill gap are such an important thing I need to focus on. In reality, it's not as much as fun to catch. Yeah, the imposter syndrome thing is real. Like especially once you start having success, you're like, it's like, what is happening? This feels like a trick. It feels like you didn't actually earn it. But yeah. Oh, Eric, yes, Hasami coffee mug. I don't know if you caught that from other streams or if you actually legitimately know that, but yes, I love Hasami. I have like a whole collection. But I love it because it has the wooden coaster, and it fits perfectly. And if this is just tea, but like if it's coffee and it's hot and you want to keep it hot, you can do that. And also all the mugs stack. It's just nice. It's nice stuff. Steven, okay, super happy to hear Spring Reverb is your favorite. Mine too. I've never been able to find a plugin that truly sounds like the real deal. I mean, yeah, it's hard to get the actual real deal, but I would say like the UAD, that's what I use. The UAD RE201 emulation, which I think is called Galaxy Tape Echo or something like that now. John, okay. Hey, I just got into recording some of my music. Can you recommend a good resource for learning mixing? Yeah, mixing. That's a hard one. Honestly, like, I only know my own experience because that's how I learned. So I inevitably want to recommend that, but I don't know. I was self-taught, and I kind of value that. I value that I had to figure out what a compressor does and like all this, like all that stuff. I will say, like, maybe, I don't know if you work in Ableton, but there's this channel that I've talked about before. It's called On a Cloud Sign, I think is what it's called. And the segment is called like RTFM, which he basically like goes through every single element of Ableton, like every single plugin, every single function, and like just explains it. And like even after using Ableton for 10 plus years, there were still like little things where like, oh, so that's what that does. Like that's like very niche little use thing that I didn't know, just because it never came up. So there is value in sort of learning everything. I'm not sure I'm really answering your question properly. I mean, I'd say that like it's a mix of like trial and error and just figuring it out and being horrible at it for a while, and then eventually you start to get it. I'd say more broadly speaking, I mix in groups and actually pre-mix a lot of stuff. So basically, I have this template. I did a whole video on it. You can check it out if you want. But basically, it's I have like groups of like instrument types that are already have sidechaining, already have like compression, already have like all this stuff. I just need to like, all I need to do is maybe make sure the input is loud enough to get to like the average levels, which it is because my studio's like always set up and it's just always kind of dialed in. So I would say maybe look at groups and look at how to automate that, because that'll speed things up quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Trial and error, man. I think it's really just doing it. Sending love from Seattle. What's up? Jason, it's definitely worth being into the Patreon. Yeah. Thank you for vouching for it. Alex, are these live videos available for rewatch later? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I guess Sam already answered it, but. Oh, hey Kelly, how's it going? Good to see you back in the chat. Tuning in a bit late today. Happy to see the guitar back, Trey. Tuned yesterday on Facebook to support. I'm not gonna lie, I felt a bit weird to be on Facebook. We don't trust that. Yeah, so I've been streaming on mostly on YouTube. I tried Twitch a little bit, but I just don't have an audience on there. So like, felt like trying to force people to go over there. Like anyway. But I do have like a pretty big audience on Facebook, so like I kind of wanted to, and just by like just showing up, I can get like, you know, a couple hundred people, so like it's kind of worth it for me to do it over there. But YouTube is kind of where I'm focusing most of my attention now. Was that Hysteria by Muse? No, it's like, yeah, Steven got it, Deftones. Okay, so I'm all caught up on questions, so I'm going to play some music, and I'm just gonna kind of mess around with something, see if I can come up with a new guitar chord progression. Actually, maybe I'll just... slower. It's weird hearing with that like drum loop in the back, but it's just so I can get the click. Sounds. Some of the loops are getting like kind of alternated. See, I forget who was talking about like playing wrong notes, just like immediately. I like the electric because it's like this isn't a struggle. This is a struggle on the nylon. I played that in the wrong key, but let me see if I can just fudge it. What's kind of cool about like this is that, you know, this would actually never really be doable in like a live setting, like me just like quietly. I mean, maybe at like a concert hall or something like that, but like there'd be people yelling and drinking beer, you know. It's like, it's kind of nice with live streaming. You can kind of do stuff, you know, differently. Shout out to Roger for this one. See if I can get it. Full vocal too.
Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my mom and pa, not the way that I do love you.
Holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I'll scream it to the nothingness. There ain't nothing that I need.
Timing's off, but whatever.
You're hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ. Ain't nothing please me more than you. Come home, let me come home. Home is whenever I'm with you. Home, let me come home. Home is when I'm alone with you.
cool about this is like literally anything I do in C will kind of work.
Slow down, baby, please.
No, I'm gonna skip that one. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try.
Let's make this happen, go. We're gonna show the world that something can work and it can work for you. And you know that it will.
No.
Let's get this started, go. We're moving up, it's been a lot to change, but you will always get what you want.
It's too pitched, so it doesn't work. Let's see what else we got. This may work. I don't know, we'll see.
Oh man, a love, a dream, a lie, a kiss, a cry, our rights, our wrongs, a moment of love.
I just keep playing the same vocals, but
A
whatever.
lie, a moment of love, a dream, a lie, just stay there. Stop becoming over. While our hearts still go, it's so young and right. Won't stop till it's over. Won't stop to surrender.
Nice. Matthias, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for all you do and create. I really enjoy music creativity and killer remixing skills. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. That's very kind of you. See if this works. that's more for like a dancey track.
Cool. I'm just trying to be cool. I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you. Some fanatic at a school. I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you.
Thank you, Ralph, man. I appreciate
Some
that.
fanatic at a school.
Yeah, every Tuesday, Friday, Monday.
I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you. Some fanatic at a school. I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you. Some fanatic at a school. I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you. Some fanatic at a school. I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you. Some fanatic at a school. I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you. Some fanatic at a school. I'm just trying to be cool. It's all because of you. Some fanatic at a school.
All right, that one's getting annoying. Let's see what else I got here. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of changing up these streams so where maybe some stuff is a lot more electronic, maybe some is more acoustic, or maybe I'll just like mix it up in both and just like do a little bit of everything. I don't know. I'm still kind of like exploring this. I guess I'm not sure how much of you or how many of you are seeing this for the first time, but I'm basically like building sort of like a live streaming system that allows me to sort of improvise endlessly and like talk to you guys in between. So actually I think I'm gonna get into the chat a little bit. Okay. Good hammock music, yeah. Just making sure that I caught every comment. Sometimes I inevitably miss them. Just kind of happens. Or like I read them, but don't answer them. Okay. I wonder when Spotify will roll out their remote in-studio live stream competitor to this. I feel like Spotify's like busy enough with what they're already competing with they're competing with Amazon and Apple. Like, it's amazing that they even exist, to be honest. Like, that's some those are some deep pockets right there, And music is not that big of an industry. Okay, no wonder Entourage was such a good show. You're secretly behind the music. Thank you. Yeah, no, so I worked on that show very early on. I was in college, and I had started RAC, so I already had a couple remixes out. But I got hit up by one of the music supervisors that worked at HBO, and he hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to try out some demos for the show Entourage?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever." I've heard of HBO. Like, I'd never seen it. I never even heard of the show, and like I didn't watch it until like much later because I didn't have cable. So I don't know. It's like kind of pure luck that I ended up working on that show. I wasn't like the main songwriter or anything like that. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, I'll sorry, I'm trying to I need like a better. I think I need to set this, either set the camera over here, or set the mic over here. Like I need to change this because it's like I'm like constantly leaning over here. Kind of hurts my back. I'll get to the comment in a second, but wait, where was I? Yeah, Entourage. So it was just like kind of a random thing that I jumped into. I was not the main songwriter or anything like that, but I think I was brought in to like fill in gaps when needed, basically. You know, if they needed a funk track to like walk down the street or something like that. So that was it. Okay. Digging this mellow noodling. Yeah, it's just noodling. Kelly, yeah, thanks. Also, everyone support Dre on Patreon. The cat content alone is worth it. Yeah, there's lots of cat content. It's funny because my cats have been hanging out by that camera. You know, I think I'm gonna put the camera on them for a second, just because they're being ridiculous. So hold on. There we go. Now we have a proper cat cam. Roger, okay, I think I will buy some nylon guitar on Amazon soon. Yeah, I mean they're not like extraordinarily expensive, and I think that they're really nice, and I really like them. I'm just gonna jump down to that. To Jay. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. This brings back memories with your remixes. Trying to be cool kids in Two Doors. Love it. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, a lot of old school stuff. Okay, now I gotta go find my place. Where was I? Maybe a softer kit of drums with brushes and mellow percussion. Yeah, this is just like, it's kind of heavy. But, you know, whatever, I'm just messing around right now. Oh, okay, Sam reminds me of the soundtrack to The Descendants a bit too. I really like that movie. I really like the soundtrack too. Maybe I was like sort of loosely inspired by it, but not intentionally. Thank you, Vikurka. Welcome back. Thank you, Kaylee. This wouldn't work at a regular music festival, but maybe Burning Man it would. Yeah, like I'm not saying there's not an outlet for like softer music, but this live streaming thing is like I have like a very sensitive, nice condenser here, just like picking up like it's turned off right now, but just like picking up everything as I hit my guitar. So like that's the kind of thing you just can't really use in a live setting because it'll just be like feedback everywhere. So it's kind of nice like in a controlled environment, like all this stuff. Okay, that's a pretty good idea. Kelly, what's your connection to the Outer Banks? We used to take our camper van there at the time for kiteboarding, and we lived on the East Coast. One of my favorite places to be. Yeah, I love Outer Banks. So Liz, my wife, her family lives on the East Coast, and they yeah, we go down there a lot. So like Corolla, that whole I forget, like Duck maybe. You know, there's like a whole bunch of like little towns up and down the coast, and it's really nice there. It's one of the few places like I can really kind of relax and enjoy myself. So I'm a fan. Okay. So relaxing. Roger. Whistle, yes. The reharmonization of the Edward Sharp whistle is so nice. Okay, yeah, so I have all the vocal things, all the vocal samples going through auto-tune to force them into C. So that's what you're hearing. No, I'm glad you guys like the live streams. I'm just having fun and trying to kind of do something a little different. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I would also work with many Marry You by Bruno Mars. Yeah, perhaps. I like these vocals. What's up, Keith? How's it going? Ash, how you doing? Welcome back. Gloria, okay, I always look forward to my morning on the days you were live streaming. Thank you. No, thank you for being here. If I recall, I think you're like in the Philippines, maybe. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Yeah, temperature up. Okay. I'm so slow at this. I'm just like catching up now. Yeah, safe and sound might work. Probably. Where is it? You guys already know all the samples I have. It's like...
We're safe and sound.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, thank you, Dennis. Appreciate that. Yeah, Cat Cam. It's Juno, like, she's just like... It's so funny, you can just like... Let me see if I can get a better angle. They're just like waiting by the door because they're gonna be fed somewhat soon. I feel like they kind of know, like, when they're on camera. I don't know. Hello from Indonesia. What's up? Finally a cat cam. Steven, okay, hardest song you've ever remixed and why? Bob Marley, just because it's Bob Marley. Like, what can you even do with that, you know? Hello from Indonesia. This movie's really good. Soundtrack's great. Cat Cam 24/7. What drew you to Portland? It was just like it's not so cheap now, but when I first moved here like 10 years ago, it was like still quite affordable. At the time, you know, whatever. But it's still one of the more affordable cities on the West Coast, and it's super nice. It's pretty small though. It's not like, it's more my pace, I guess. Any other cities you'd live in? I mean, I think it would make sense for me to live in LA just because the music industry is there, but like I don't really want to. Nothing wrong with LA. I just like kind of like my life here. Yes, my cats are very cute. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to get them in frame all the time because they keep moving around. Hold on. Studies that found that dogs' favorite genre is reggae. Cat's favorite genre would be either death metal or like I don't know, the sounds of like small animals dying. Probably. Cats are vicious. Like, they're super cute, but like when their instincts kick in, they're like they're like little killers. When I bust out like a mouse toy or something like that, they go, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit of music. I might wrap it up somewhat soon.
We're safe and sound.
Ralph, no, I'm actually just really slow at responding. That's the thing, is like, because I try to answer every question, so like it takes me a second to kind of get through them. let's just go for it. Like, oh, here we go. Nice. Steve, what's up? It is that time of the night. Thank you, man. Once again. Okay, I'm just gonna get into some questions here. Can you break down how you produce this vocal? I assume you mean Let Go, I think at the time. Yeah, I mean, I could probably do that like in a different stream. I am thinking about doing more of like a production thing, like where I go back into old tracks and pull them up and like kind of talk through them. It's a bit of it's a little more complicated than like what I'm doing now, so like I gotta kind of figure that out first. But definitely something I want to do. But as far as like that one specific part, I did like I just like sampled one part of her voice and then just like pitched it in Ableton. Like I actually very rarely, like aside from guitar, even keys, like I don't play stuff. I just program everything. Alex, do you have much creative control over your music videos? The videos for Let Go and Tear You Down are great. Thank you. What are you saying about my other videos, though? No, I have full control over that stuff. But usually, even though I have full control, I don't usually like try to control the actual shoot. I'd rather just like hire a talented artist and director and have them sort of like realize their vision, basically. I see it as a way to sort of give like a young creator like a here's a short film, like basically here's a 3-minute short film, have fun, sometimes I'm in it, sometimes I'm not. Yeah. Okay, do you make the lyrics to your songs or do you leave that to the vocalist? Usually to the vocalist, but we talk about the concepts a lot, if that makes sense. Hey Paul, what's up? Once again, Steve. Okay, Ralph, looking for... YouTube is giving me an error that my internet connection's like messing up, so whatever, we'll see. Really looking forward to seeing you in Vegas in July. Hopefully everything normalizes. If it does, I'm gonna bring a poster saying from your live stream. Yes, do it. And we'll hang out, whatever. I do hope that the shows in July will happen. If not, we'll find another date later in the year. But it is what it is, Yeah, Rostam stuff is great. Discovery is a great record. Yeah, I would be interested in some track breakdown videos. Yeah, I do want to do more of that stuff. I just want to like find the right format for it and just do it right. Like, because I could very quickly like kind of half-ass it. And I don't want to do that. Like, I want to do it right. Oh, thank you, Alexa. I appreciate that. Longtime fan and somehow always fail at being able to see you live. Hope that happens sooner rather than later. I'm not sure what city you're in, but yeah, I try to tour as much as possible, like, aside from these weird times, but yeah, no, I would definitely love to play more shows now that I'm sort of like stuck at home. Where am I? I have to I kind of have to figure out that stuff like later on. Okay, Rachel, how did you start music? My parents got me into music when I took piano lessons when I was maybe 6 or something like that. And I wasn't like immediately like super into it, but I enjoyed, being musical, I guess. I've often talked about it as like a form of expression, and even early on, like it makes sense to me. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. Live stream semi-chart. Actually, you know what? That's all I remember. That sounds so bad on Nylon, but whatever. Okay, wait, did I miss something? Oh, how did I start music? Yeah, okay, so when I was 6, started piano lessons, and then wasn't super into it, but like later, maybe when I was like 10 or 11, I started asking my parents. I started asking my parents for a guitar, and they gave me this guitar actually, and yeah, I kind of never turned back. After that, like guitar just kind of like it just felt right to me. I don't know. It was sort of like my instrument. Like I kind of found my thing, and again, I was never really too interested in being like one of those like shredder guitarists, but yeah. But I also got into like writing and like just creating, like feeling creative in general. I think was like something that I kind of gravitated towards like early on. What if Steve is actually Stephen Merchant trolling back? Yeah, or I think you mean Stephen Jenkins, but that would actually be amazing. Oh, that would make this so much funnier. You know, actually, like I kind of like I played the home vocal, and I kind of like that. I might just kind of end it with that. So, let's see if I can line this up properly.
Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my mom and pa, not the way that I do love you.
Holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I'll scream it to the nothingness. There ain't nothing that I need.
Oh, hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ. Ain't nothing please me more than you. Come home, let me go home. Home is whenever I'm with you. Home, let me go home. Home is when I'm alone with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Cash. Hey, Andre, longtime fan. Appreciate that you do this. I watched everyone. Keep grinding and look forward to the new album. Thank you so much, and thank you. I don't know. Thank you for continuing to show up. I appreciate it. You know, I'm just kind of like most people, just kind of hanging out at home. Might as well do something with it. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I think I got everything. Okay. Thanks for 2 great nights this week. Looking forward to Friday vibes. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Awesome. All right, guys. Have a good night. Happy Tuesday. I'll see you on Friday. Actually, there's a bonus thing because I'm doing room service, which is like a online festival type of thing. So I'm doing, but that's like an actual it's like a set. So I'm not doing like talking stuff, but it's it's like a full 30-minute set. Hello from Tokyo, what's up? Unfortunately, just showing up at the end. But yeah, thank you again, everybody. Appreciate it. See you guys. Oh. You mad, Juno? Thank you. Thank you, Forhill. Appreciate that. And thank you, Matthias. I appreciate that. All right, see you guys. I'm out.